Ark Survivors, it's Mark here, and welcome to our new map we're testing here, which is called the New World, and with a brand new character called AMELIA. Yes, if you follow the lore of the game, we've got characters that are brought in from the history of the human world, and they're transported into arks. And the current lore includes Helena Walker, who's a botanist, who's brought into the Ark, one of the first. Mei Yin, an Asian warrior that's also been brought up into the Ark. Geese Nerva, a Roman general that's also been brought into the Ark. And one of the more recent additions to the Ark is Santiago, but not forgetting the infamous Edmund Rockwell. Yes, a very nice English gentleman. Yeah, what is it with these games that make the English the bad guy? Yeah, well, our next character, which is AMELIA, an AI activist patriot from the UK. Now, I'm not a political person, but I just absolutely love this character that's spinning around on the internet at the moment. So I thought, we'll create a character called AMELIA. Absolutely love it. Anyway, we're here on the New World, so what's it all about? Well, I made a map called the Sanctuary, but unfortunately things started to go a little bit weird after the Aquatica thing. This is preaqutica, which is a 10-year anniversary present. Not. And after an Ark edit 260.1, I believe, the Ark Sanctuary map was 99.8% complete. There's a couple of little things I needed to do just to finish that off, but I dare not update the map because every time I updated it up to that point there were things missing, things were going wrong, so I decided not to update it because it, as I say, is playable, it's okay. Instead I thought, right, I'm going to make a new map, 2026, started in January 2026. It's only taken me a couple of months to get this far, and I am so glad that I did not update the Sanctuary Ark, and we'll come into that. There's things that's in that game. As long as I don't update it, it'll stay the same, it'll be okay. But we'll go through starting from a more advanced position, and I'll go through how I've got to that and so forth and so with. And suffice to say, I want to try and do something a little different and test some of the more advanced options in this what should be small mini series. Anyway, I've waffled on a little bit too much here, so let's get on with it. Right, we've been playing now, what is it, for 25 days. AMELIA's on level 105, and we've got a bit of advanced stuff, which we've used mods and so forth to get this far. I'm not playing the game as it should be. We're just doing it as a test scenario, but I want to try and keep it, rather than use cheat fly and so forth and so forth, trying to keep it somewhere within the game parameters, but I would normally not play the game this way. I do have a couple of series going on, which is the way that I'm playing it and the way I used to play it. But anyway, this really is just an introduction video just to show you what's going on and try and explain what's coming. But mostly, I guess, in this video it's about how I got this far. Well, we're going to need the Megatheriums. We've got two that we've tamed, the others we bred, a couple of them by mistake. I will show you how I've done that in a bit. In the past I've placed nests about, and they've worked fine, but they're not working anymore, so I've used a simple spawner, and that has allowed me to collect eggs. Okay, Miss Beastie and Queen Rex have been tamed out in the wild, but the three at the back here, Rexina, Growler and Rexette, they're a bit lower level, but these are from eggs that we collected. In fact, all the other creatures that I have tested, the stegos here, there's an extra stego there because I left the left the egg and it spawned in. There's the nest. Right, I'm not going to place a nest because I'm just getting too many of everything, but we'll go over. I had it in this corner. I had one in this corner, one in the other corner ahead of us, and one that side in that corner, and that's where most of these creatures come from eggs. Alright, we've got all the dodos. Now they're there for the eggs. Obviously you've got the Achatina and Achatina paste. Yes, it's pretty safe area. There's two spawn points, Central and East Anglia. Actually there's four, because there's two spawn points at each location. And they're not always easy either. Once you get here, you're okay. I've got 2 ponds here. Got some resources in it. There's some fish in. Now, I was having problems with the fish dying and floating and so forth. I've only seen one since the last update, and that was a while back. I think that's more or less fixed. We will go and have a swim. Now, as far as the water's concerned, getting this level was a bit awkward because it's different to the sanctuary. But I can't get up, and then all of a sudden, that's it. This is what we want. I've been trying to get this perfect. It's not easy to do. And as we go along, you see we go into A mode there. And then this is the mode it works better with. Oh no, it's still the same. Oh well. There's a little bit of adjustment to do on that, but it's not desperate. Now these river rocks was they were non-harvestable. There's 1 or 2 things that were like that fixed. Some floating foliage about, and I've fixed those. I think I've got it all now. But all in all, it's one of the better starting areas for sure. So there are 1 or 2 nasties about, so you've got to keep an eye on that. Right, this is the cabin we started with. There's a lot more resources in the area, but obviously now we've got this 1 or 2 buildings here. They're not going to respawn back in. Right, this is the S Plus item converter, and I'll just put 1 or 2 things in here that we collect from the supply drops, and then because they're not S plus, so we can convert them in there. And we've got in here, I've got some tools and weapons, the advanced crafting station. I've got 1 or 2 extra things we can put in there, the advanced cooking bench, 1 or 2 blueprints, just odds and sods, most of which will never be needed. Just used as a storage area now, but it was more active earlier. That's how many times I've actually died. We've collected some arrows we've put in there. Right, in here we've just put some odds and sods that we may require, because most of the good stuff's in the other building. But yeah, we're collecting stuff and we're shoving odds and sods in there. Right, this is interesting. This is all tech stuff. We can collect tech stuff from the orbital drops mostly. But we can't use them because we haven't learned the engrams. We're going to have to do some of the more advanced stuff before we can do it. There are some things though that come in. I think we've got a tech rifle somewhere. We can use it because it's actually crafted. Now, the reason I put these, I can use them, but I want to put them in and make them S+. But because the engram's not, requires engram not learned. So, I'm just putting them to one side until we get... Oh, we're building up stuff. So we'll pop that back in there, and we'll see what we collect, and we'll probably do a bit of. Now that's from one of the Titan orbital drops, which will come. We'll come to that later. And we've just got some extra hide that we've collected. We'll put in there. A dino upgrade table, a spoiling bin, and the Ozocraft workbench. I preserve them in here, keep some odds and sods that we can't really put anywhere else. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this stylist table. This is what gives us the hair colouring that we have. Okay, what else we got? I'm not a bit too involved with this stuff. Furniture and decor, that's just experimental. Just experiment with some of the mods as we go through. There we go, a wall map. Yes, a lot to explore, including many caves. Here we have the perfect setup for our breeding. This is where the Megatherium was born. 1, but the other 3 are by mistake. I forgot to take them off, enable mating, so I've got 3 more, which is perfect. That's what we want. So I'm pleased with that. Yeah, it's a very happy mistake. Okay, so we've got another mod here, the awesome teleport. It's not getting that much use actually, even though we have got somewhere else we can teleport to. We'll go there in a bit. Right, we've got some more advanced stuff in here which you can craft early in the game, or early-ish, as long as you've got the resource. Actually, let's check on the refrigerated feeding trough. Now, one of the most important mods that I've got is this recycler. Without this, there's no way I'd have got this far this quick. Combined with the orbital drops and the supply drops and stuff we can pick up, this is where most of the resources have come from. This is a wireless industrial cooker, and these are all the storage units. We just go by having a little look. You can sort of see what they are and what's in there. You've got to set it up a certain way. We'll probably see that in the future. Another one here, Mr. Smith Mr. Radtool's smithies. Got the automated ark thing in the corner, the S Plus crafting bench, automated ark, mortar and pestle. And we've got heaps and heaps and heaps of resources in most of these. Some not so many, but most of the ones we require. And most of it is from the recycling. I must add, however, I do prefer the dedicated storage that comes with the game, but we can't use that yet until we get the engrammers for it, and we've got to do some more advanced stuff before we get that far. And we've got a tech elevator here, which we was able to learn the engrammer for, and we'll just have a quick look there. This is all spare area. This is where I'm going to experiment with certain things. Well, in fact, the whole thing is a big experiment. Test the map with. Alright, we go in here. It's a bit spread out. There's plenty of room to add stuff with. So what have we got? Well, we've got our cryo fridge here. And we've picked a lot of these up from the gifts that come from the sky. You can get some good loot from them. Plus, you get your shippies from there. That's another large area where we can experiment with certain things. There she is, having a little break. It's from the Eco Decor mod. Superb. Most of that stuff is from there. We have our simple bed in the cabin, but we've also got this pod here. Central pod. And we have to do sleep in central pod. And there we go. You have a little nap. Yeah. Come on, Amelia. You gotta wake up. Yeah, we've got stuff to do. Yeah, I'll look in orbital mode, see if we can actually see. Yeah, she's snoring away in there, look. Come on, wakey, wakey, that's it, let's get on with it. Right, what have we got here? We've got a load of blueprints here, that's full. We've been collecting them from the little drops and the supply drops, so there's bits and pieces in them. Right, we've been putting our art in. We've got another place we're putting artifacts and trophies. Right, in here we've got top weapons, top items, the top saddler, the Megatherium blueprints as well. Right, you may be shocked when you see what's in here. Loads and loads and loads of Ascendant stuff. Some, if not most, can be recycled, so you can get an unlimited amount of resource with that and the recycler. And these are all the shibbies that we've collected. Comes in at least once a day, and sometimes twice a day. And the alphas on this Ark and the Sanctuary Ark are pretty few and far between, but I think what we'll do, we'll take our shibby with us. We'll try this one, the Astro Delphis, the space whale. Now, one thing to note, you're going to need to have other maps downloaded to get all the functions to work within this map. My intention was, when I started this, was to put everything in one map, but the file size will be massive. Anyway, more on that in a bit. So we're at 6:47, so we've got plenty of daylight, and the night time is different on the map, same as the Sanctuary. You can see at night. Yes, I have brightened the moon, but it's not really worked out as I thought it might, but you get to see it at night time, eh? Welcome. The same as the Sanctuary Ark anyhow. Yes, another reason why I've got on quite so well is because of the suit we're wearing and the weapon we're carrying. Up-tech armour and the up-tech weapon. You can fly everywhere quite quickly. You can run super fast. You can carry almost unlimited weight, and you've got a real soccer punch as well. And the helmet, which we're not wearing at the moment, has a couple of functions, including be able to see underwater clearly. The weapon is unlimited ammo, and it's got a paralyze mode. I don't use this in normal gameplay, but if you're going to use it to be indestructible, yes, that's up to the player and how they want to play. The choice is yours. Well, I'm just going to skip through some of these because I want to get down to where the tech stuff is. Most of it will be blacked out, but we'll have a look. Over this little series, I want to see if we can unlock a lot of this stuff on this map, but we will require the simple spawner mod from some of the scenarios. More on that and the reasons why in the future. I also want the dedicated storage, and we've got the tech transmitter there as well, be so helpful. Yeah, some of the tech stuff is engram learnable up to level 105. Yeah, but most of it is after 105, and we can get our level ups in several different ways, and that's what I want to test. Here we go. Some of the tech stuff there. Got the up-tech rifle there. They're pretty cheap to make. There's also a Tapjara tech saddle and a Rex tech saddle, which we are going to be using. This is one of my favourite features, is the S Plus tech storage. We won't be able to craft it until we learn the engram, but we've got to do certain scenarios before we can do that. Well, we'll have a quick look at the Explorer notes. Now, I've got these two there because I've done them by mistake. I did manage to clear the previous data, but yeah, they're all pretty empty, which is good, and we can go and look around for some of those in a future episode. Right, she's ready to go wandering about now. Well, she soon will be. Let's get her helmet on. There you go. There, you're looking the part. You know what we'll do? We'll check out some of the orbital drops, and then Oh, we've got some of our Chrissy prezzies coming down. That's unusual this time of day, usually first thing in the morning, but I guess it depends on when you log in. Now, I can't remember, there's 6 or 8 of them, but we'll go for a couple of them. I might add a couple more so they go right across the map. There's one up there, that's the first one. And I might even move them, I only placed it there because I wanted to test it quickly. We'll go over to the one that's, and we'll get over that. Come on, slow coach. Goodness me. It's supposed to be quicker than that. It's supposed to be spacefaring thing. Yeah. Anyhow. We've got that one up there. And this, we're just going to go for these two. I'm really pleased to be able to get this on film so early. I didn't think, I think I'd have to be waiting about. And the most I've been able to collect is 5. Well, we'll drop down. We should get a chevy and maybe some ascended stuff. Blueprints. We'll soon find out. The thing is, you've got a limited amount of time to get to them. They'll be really quick. What have we got over here? Alright, that's in the wrong place. Dear, we're getting distracted. We don't want to be doing that. You lose time. Mind you, we're going to be able to get the other one. Right. Ascendant Lance. That's going to be recycled. Gives a lot of stuff, that will. I might even do that. Just to show you what you do get from them. Right, let's get to the next one. There it is. Don't seem to be many spawns. Oh, hang on, there is some spawns around it. That's it. Now, let's get rid of these. That's it. Oh gosh, we've got one in there. I did start off doing this sort of thing, and I was using the just a standard pike. I still didn't do too bad. Right, we've got some more stuff there. Oh gosh, come on. Yeah, unlimited ammo. We've got some supply drops over here. We're going to check them out. Yeah, you can't speed up while you've got your weapon out, so we'll get rid of that, and then we can fly over pretty quickly. That's it. Drop down here and see what we got in here. First supply drop. 1 or 2 bits, and yeah, recyclables. Armor. Pretty nasty area over there to our left, and that's the spawn point, I believe. Just have to check that out in the future when we get killed. I doubt we will at some point. Mind you, we've got the beds now. Oh, we got Elite Dragon, which is a mod, and we got the human NPCs. That's handy because I'll show you how to get some of the other stuff. So we'll grab these quickly. Yep. That's got that. That's easily done. Oh, here they come. Look, let's get this quickly. Right, now this is important up here. Hello. Because if we're lucky, there'll be a box in here and we'll get a lot of resources from here. No, don't look like there's any more humans about. I think the saber-tooth took them out. Right, here we are. We've got one, which is superb. Grab that, and we've got all this stuff. Oh, look, got some veggie cake. That's what I need for the Achatina, and that's where I've been getting it from. Looks like there's a load of bags there. We've had help taking out some of those human NPCs. Now down here, I've started to do another base. because they're obviously next to the ocean. But I'm not sure whether I want to use that same material. Don't know. Anyway, this is where we started off with a little cabin. We got some bits in here, haven't we? Yeah, got some odds and sods in there, can be recycled. We've got a load of resource in there. I think we've got another box in the actual building itself over here. Yeah, I want to build a port and we do some water stuff. I've not done much water stuff. I don't know how that's looking under there. Yeah, there's a lot of testing to do, that's for sure. What have we got in here? I've got some big building components and we've got a lot of hide. We're overrun with hide. Unbelievable the amount of hide we've got. What have we got in here? Oh, it's actually working. That's a bit hit and miss whether that works or not. Actually forgot about that. There can be some nasties about. We're going to check under the water. Here we go. And this is what you'd see with the helmet on. We'll have a quick look. And now we'll take the helmet off. And this is what it would look like normally. So you can still see pretty well. There's another complaint people had about how bad it is in the water. So I've tried to make it a little bit easier that way. So pretty pleased with it actually. You know, with some of those creatures in the water, you're going to need every tiny bit of help you can get. And we've got our orbital drops up there. They come in twos like that, but we're going to go back the quick and easy way. Mind you, with them orbital drops, that becomes quite addictive, flying around trying to get stuff from them. But we'll use the teleporter and we'll get back and see just what we do have. Right, we're back. Right, we'll drop our stuff in here. I'm not going to go through how we set this up, not in this. We've got a couple of items here that didn't go through. Now we could either do this like that or do it the quick way. Dropping stuff by hand like this, because there's certain things that won't go into because they're not set up to go through. The quick way, just do that, walk away. Eventually they'll take the stuff that is stored within those ARK automatic storage units. It can take up to a couple of minutes, and one of the things that is a bit annoying with it is sometimes you can get a bit of server lag when it's operating. So I've had a bit of rubber banding since that's been put in place. Oh, this is where I keep the eggs. This is in a different system. It's from the Mr. Radtool's kitchen department. The tech fridge is by far the best fridge. Yes, massively expensive. 64 fridges, and I think one of the Titan trophies as well. Anyway, we'll come to that in the future. Yeah, so we'll drop off these eggs, and we're going to need a lot of eggs. There's so many reasons to have eggs. These are the mostly unfertilised now. There is one creature missing that I really do want to get reasonably high level, and that's the Tyrannus, because that gives you high level kibble, the main reason for egg collecting. Yes, if you're into cheating, then you'll like this recycler. I use it for the test purpose. Well, I use it in the games, but not to this extent. As we'll put the Ascendant Lance in, and you're going to be shocked. That can actually cause an overflow message, and it will crash your game. But fortunately you reload back in and all this will be here, and just going to leave it, and that'll all be taken out and put into the auto ARK storage compartments. Yes, the recycler, one of the main reasons why I've advanced so much in just 25 days. Right, so that's the way that I've got to the point that I have. Bit cheaty and heavily reliant on mods. I have to say, it's not the way I normally play the game, which is evident in other videos on the channel here. Absolutely fantastic way to test the map. In the future I want to test element veins, orbital drops and bosses. And if you're still with us, thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Oh yes.